Okay, I'm working on a Bizmovo Quick. It's a digital product that allows you to build digital products. So it uses Laravel. So it's basically a Laravel boilerplate that allows you to focus on your core features, core products. So it supplies you the authentication, payments, and dashboards. So you don't have to deal with those. It all will be available for you to just use. So it's not ready yet, so it's missing some payment features. And today I will be doing one of them. So the feature I want to build is from Stripe. I like their one-page checkout feature, so it works like that. You just click checkout, and they redirect you to their hosted page that allows you to um, take payments for products and get back to your site, redirect back to your site. So you don't have to deal with the payment safety, etc., etc. So I like that feature, and I want to have something like that in Bizmovo Quick. The reason why you might asking, why not just use Stripe? Stripe is not available on where I live, and probably lots of places as well. So I want to create a my own version of that, and if you use Stripe, you can just use that as well. But you can also integrate Stripe to my custom one-page checkout. So I will show you how to do that. Okay, so how it will work. Right now, on the Bizmovo Quick, we have a checkout page that you can access. It's looking for a few query parameters like products. You just pass the product ID, and it will create a checkout page with the products you given. It does not use a carts, so you don't have to store the carts, and you know you don't need to store it in the database. You just pass the product ID, and you have your checkout page. And in addition to that, what I want to do is I want to add a callback parameter. And so if a callback parameter is given to the URL after the payments, the user will be redirected to the page, and there is a callback will be done by the system. The post request, it will send a post request with payment details. It is cancelled, it is successful, and so on. So yeah, right now it just supports the products parameter. And also I want to add the quantities, because there is no way to set the product quantity. I will also add that parameter as well. So if we go to the controller, I have a checkout controller. It's just a simple one, and right now I did not have a Stripe integration yet. I just integrated with EasyCo. It's a Turkish version of Stripe, something like that, to allow payment processing. But at the end, it will support Stripe as well. So we don't have to deal with payment processing right now. We just need to make sure our form working. So I have two main actions, which is the index function that renders the page here, and the pay function that process the payments. So where we validate is the pay function, and where we show the template is the index function. So with the template, right now I am taking the product IDs, and I will take the product quantities. So it will be looking for quantities as I shown in the documentation. And how we gonna match quantities with product IDs is you have to supply quantities in with the same order as product IDs, so they will match with index of each product. Okay, and we have to count, if quantities is not supplied, we have to act as quantities are supplied as 1. Okay, I am storing the quantities parameter in a variable, and if product ID is supplied, so we storing products in an array and just sending it to the view. So I think I need to pass the quantity to the products array as well. So what I need to do is when we should okay, if product IDs are passed, what we are doing is we getting each of the ID by splitting with commas, and you're looping through all of the product IDs. Sorry, products, and what we are doing, we are counting the total amounts, and we just giving the products. Okay, what we need to do is we have to, instead of setting products, or maybe we can do this products array, not creative, I know. So okay, what I want to do is I want to push each product to the array. I think we can do that here. I will use array push. I will give my array, which is products array, and what I want to pass is this special object, which is products, and the product will be the product, and the quantity, yeah, and the quantity will be for now 1 to test it out, and as products I will send products array. Okay, now it will give an error because we didn't customize the view. So let's go to checkout blade. We are looping products here. What we want to do is, instead of just product name, product and product name, I guess, and same as here. Yeah. So if you refresh, okay, what is? Oh, it's not an object; it's an array. Okay. It should make it happy. Let's try again. Yeah, now it's working. So also I want to show the quantity. And to show the quantity, I can edit to the next of the name for now. Can just add X, and here product quantity. Yeah. I think quantity. Okay, I had a typo here, and I also had a typo in controller as well. Quantity. Yeah, now it works. I think it's not looking good, so come here. I think we can write it separately, like description. And we don't need this anymore. Okay, and I might give it some spacing. And also I can change its color to this. Yeah, now it shows the quantity as well, but it's not updating price because we're just not counting it. So let's go to the checkout controller. So we have one quantity. I think in order to get the related quantities, we need to have the ID, index number of the array. So we don't have it right now. Let's see how we do that. PHP for each index. Okay, array as key and value. I can just do that. It should continue to work. Yeah. Now we have the key, which is the index number we want to know, and what I can do is in here we can get the quantity variable with for the quantities and the key, but sometimes it does not contain it. So let's check. Let's start with quantity 1, and if product quantities available and its length count is bigger than or bigger equal to per k, we check. Okay, if it exists and if it has enough of data, just 1, it will start with 0. I think I need to add +1. And if that's the situation, you can just get the quantity. If not, it will stay as 1. And on here, we just pass quantity. Let's check it out. Right now, we don't have a quantity passed, so it's just 1. If we pass quantities and like 5. Oh, okay, we just not converted it into array. Okay, let's convert it. If product quantities let's use this fancy explode function, split those with commas and pass the product quantities. Now we should have an array of items. Yeah, now it has 5. What if we have multiple products? So let's add 2 and 2. Okay, let's change the first quantity to, for example, 3 and make the other one 5. Yeah, it's getting the numbers correct. So what I need to do now is to multiply the total with the quantity. So the total amounts will be times quantity. If I refresh, I get higher number. So now currencies are different, so it will create issues. So I will just switch to the first product. For example, if I pass multiple quantities, it's still going to work. Yeah. So now the value is correct. what I need to do, I think, show this number correctly. I want to keep the original quantity of products, so I can just pass total in here and product total times quantity. And in the blade, we can just come here, currency symbol. Instead of this, I will just pass total. Let's see. Yeah, now our total value is correct. Okay, now we can get the products and product quantities. Now what I want to do is I want to get a callback, and after the payments I want to post request the callback. But if we for example, I have a project called Static Ninja, and I want to add payment to that because there will be plans, and each plan has different price, and I don't want to handle the payments inside the site. I just want to handle that on my Bizmovo Quick site. So what I need to do is, from my Static Ninja site, I just need to redirect the user to specific URL that contains my product ID and quantity. And after the payment, it should redirect to the website with the payment result, like it is successful or it is cancelled. If on the payment process something gone wrong, we not redirect back. We just show it on the payment page, so it is not a state when we redirect. So we don't have to count that. Like on the Stripe, they just send you back to success page or cancel page, but that does not allow you to make sure the payment is successful or not. Yeah, and with that, I can't know is the payment. The site cannot trust the result, so somebody can just pass the success page and it will be counted as successful, so it's not what I want. So I think callback can be helpful for that. And also, along with callback, I think I need to also get the success page or result page, something like that. But can I do both at the same time? So we will be on the page. Yeah, I can do that because not the page doing a request, the server will be doing a request. Okay, so we will need 2 more parameters for success and cancel, like the Stripe did here. Okay, I will update the documentation as well. So let's go to checkout controller, and in the index we will request callback URL, and we will want success URL, and we want cancel URL. Okay, now we can access those. So where we gonna need them is yeah, not on the view. The issue is we have to access those in the payment function, not index, because index is not doing the redirection. So I think from index I need to pass those to the payment function, and payment function is another route, so it should also get those values as well. After the validation, I think I can get those as well. Callback URL. But how can I access those? It will be a post request. I think from the view I have to pass those to the form. Okay, let's try. Let's try to get the callback. And just log it to the console. Because I'm not sure is it going to work, or just, you know, print and return, do nothing. Yeah, I think also we can just skip the validation for now. And we don't have callback, so oh wait, also we have to pass the callback to the form action. So how to do that? I think we can create another variable in the controller. Let's call it form action queries and make it a string. In here, let's check if callback URL exists. What I want to do is in the form action queries with question mark callback URL and just pass the callback URL. And I will send form action queries to the view. And in the view, I will just edit like this. If there are no queries, it just pass an empty string. Let's refresh, we should not see any query yet. Yeah, but if we pass callback URL like this, now we have it. So okay, if I click pay, I am expecting to see the callback URL on the page. Okay, we have validation, so let's just type some dummy data. Okay. Yeah, I can get the callback, but I wonder, can we also get the validated fields? So let's validate and print those as well. Something like that. Sorry. Yeah. Okay, we also get those as well. I think now we can move on to giving the cancel and success URLs. And also, in order to determine is callback passed or not, I have to store this, you know, is it used or not. So let's create another variable. Form action query started, which is false. If we pass that, I would say form action query started true. If success URL I will check form action query started. If it's not started, we should start with the question mark, which is going to be success URL. But if we start it, it will be an end success URL. Okay, do the same thing for cancel URL. And also I have to, if it's not started, I should update the started variable. Okay, now it can build the query parameters URL without errors. And yes, and also in the pay function, we should get those as well. Okay, now we can get those. What I can do is, if it's valid, just do this, or null. Is it working? Okay. And at the end of the payment, we will just do null check to determine what we're gonna do next. Okay. So here are some payment things that we create: customer, create order items, and initiate the payment with the payment provider. And after the payment successful, we updating the order states, or creating order history, creating invoice, attaching the invoice to the order, notifying customers, and then at the end we just doing our redirection. So if we have success URL, instead of redirecting to the default results URL, we just redirect to the given success URL without any other thing. So if it's successful and success URL is given, it will be redirected to the URL. Right now I am not handling the cancel feature, so there's no way to add cancel. I will work on that later. And if its payment is successful, or whatever, if it's finished, we also, before notifying customers, etc., we should do our callback. If callback URL is given, we should do the request to the URL. So let's do, I don't know how to do this, PHP post request. I think Laravel probably has a better package for that. Access, no, I want to do the requests. Yeah, we have HTTP client. That's a facade, okay. Okay, let's use that. And I can get a response. It will be a post request. and the URL will be callback URL. And the data. The data we will send is results and order ID to make sure the order is valid. And I think that's enough for this. How we initiate. Oh, I think it's just doing that. Post get. Okay, create a dummy route to test it. Function. I think I just get requests. Do we have it? We don't have it. And the URL will be dummy tests. And I will just error log request all the fields. Okay, I will just error log hits and print r request all. And inside the callback, run error log callback sent. Let's try. Yeah, the payment provider is not happy. And we can just disable this for now. And just disable those as well. And instead of order ID for now, I'll just send one. Yeah, we have to pass valid one. Get method is not supported. It's doing a get request instead of post. Because it's not correctly formatted. JSON encode. Visual JSON encoded, I guess. How to do that? Passing URLs to carry parameters. encode URI components. What it is looking, it just requires the URL. That's our encoded parameter. Dummy test. It's doing get request. I think I have to go back. And add some dummy data. I click pay. It's crashed. Let me check. It should give an error because you don't have an order ID. Refresh. Go back. You're not seeing anything. It is crashing here. So if I just block this for now, I think it says done. We see our callback. I think instead of this, try again. You just see callback sent. After sending the callback, it's not continuing. We can print the response. And just return. Or we can do error log status. Does not give a status. Maybe we no. Let's try to do a GET request now. Or just instead of this URL, we can try our predefined URL. HTTP localhost. It's blocking itself. Online post requests receiver. Okay, let's use this URL. Maybe it is blocking itself. Now it sends. Let's wait. We just received 200. Past requests. Try again. Now it's not blocking itself. Maybe we can try to print our response. $200. It has the URL, but we can't see the data. I don't know, is it about this site or not? Let's try another site. What it does is we have webhook. It's not what we want. Okay, let's create a bin. And copy this. Change the URL. And refresh. Maybe we can first try it with this terminal. It does the request, but not showing the response. I think if we look at the returning text, we can define is it okay or not. Let's see what we have. Instead of printing the whole response, what we have is we have body. Okay, I think if it's worked fine, we should see some response. Yeah, that's the ID. I think it's working because we sent the data. It did not receive it, but we get the data. So yeah, it's doing the job. So I think we can just change it back to callback URL. We don't need to dump all of those. Yes. Now we have all we need, so I will update this. And I initiated the payment as well, so let's go to the documentation for payments. They have sample test cards that we can use. It will be paid with euro, so it will be non-Turkish card. And it requires a valid date, security code. Yes, and for the callback URL, I want this. Oh yeah, first we have to URI encode URI components, and then just copy that. We need a success URL, and I will use Google or my website. Now if the payment goes well, we should do a request to this post bin and redirect back to my website. Okay, fill these fields, paste the card, expiration dates, country, name, address, okay, click pay. We get a, I think we just mistakenly, yeah, typed L here. Let's write it again. Paste the card number, country, pay. Now yeah, we redirect back to sites, and also if we look at to the admin panel, we should see a sale. Yep. Go to orders. This one is the latest. Germany. Let's check it from the invoice, because in the invoice we store the country and city. Waiting payment. It's paid. Probably this one. We tried. Do we have created it? No, we did not. I can check the database. If we go to browse data and orders, we have created ads at the end. Yes, this one is correct. Germany, John Doe, yeah. It's set as paid, so it is approved by the payment provider as well. Okay, now it worked. The only issue that I think I need to fix is this doing a callback request, or we can just remove that feature and let that be another URL. So the site who requests the payments will do another request to make sure the payment is done or not. It will be more healthy, because sometimes callbacks can get blocked, or it can also affect the user experience. I think we can just remove that feature and create another route to another get request route that you pass the order ID that you got, and you can just query that. So I think we have to pass order ID to success page in order to understand order ID. Yeah, I think we can do that as well. Okay, I think if I fix that callback, it should work smoothly. What is missing is Stripe integration, and the code is looking messy right now. I think I can improve it a bit.